It might surprise you, even scare you a little, but let's start with this one simple truth. The most dangerous moment for your brain isn't when you're climbing stairs or crossing a busy street. It's not even during a stressful appointment or a sudden argument. No, it's the quiet, sleepy stretch of time right after you open your eyes. That first half hour after waking up. That's when your brain, heart, and blood vessels are most vulnerable. When a single habit, something so small you might not think twice about, could quietly raise your risk of a life-changing stroke. Now, if you're over 60, this matters more than ever. Because the risk doesn't come from being lazy or doing something wrong. It comes from what's missing, from what we forget, from the things we never learn to do in those precious first moments of the day. You could be eating well, staying active, taking your medications, but if your mornings are missing these key habits, you might still be walking toward danger, without even knowing it. But here's the good news. This risk? It's not written in stone. Studies, real, peer-reviewed research, show that just a few small morning changes can cut your stroke risk by up to 50%. That's not hype, that's hope. So let me ask you, what does your first half hour look like? Do you reach for the coffee first thing? Skip your blood pressure meds until later? Feel a little dizzy when you stand up, but shrug it off as just age? If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And this message, it's for you. Because starting tomorrow, your mornings could protect your memory, your independence, even your life. Ready to see how? Let's take this one step at a time. So why is that first 30 minutes after waking up so risky? Well, it has to do with something your body naturally does, whether you're 60 or 90. See, while you're asleep, your body slows down. Your heart rate drops. Blood pressure dips. You breathe gently. You lose moisture through your skin, your breath. And as peaceful as that sounds, it leaves your system a little dehydrated by morning. Now add this. As soon as you open your eyes, your body kicks into gear. Your nervous system wakes up. Your heart speeds up. Blood vessels tighten. And your blood pressure begins to rise quickly. A natural process called the morning surge. This spike is part of how your body prepares you for the day. But if you're older, and especially if you have high blood pressure, that surge can be too steep. It can push already vulnerable arteries beyond their limit. And that's when strokes often strike. Quietly. Suddenly. Within minutes of getting out of bed. That's why doctors now say, what you do in the first 30 minutes can either protect your brain or put it at risk. Instead of rushing to the kitchen for coffee or scrolling through stress on your phone, what if you gave your brain what it truly needs first thing? What if, instead of triggering that morning spike, you could lower it, ease into the day, give your body the support it needs to move safely, think clearly, and stay balanced? That's not just possible. It's proven. And it starts with a few simple habits. Now, here's the part that gives us hope. You don't need a new prescription. You don't need a gym membership or a complicated routine. You just need a few tiny shifts in how you start your morning. That's it. And according to studies, these simple changes, most of which take less than 5 minutes, could lower your stroke risk by up to 50%. Yes, 50%. Think about that. Instead of waiting for symptoms, instead of reacting to health problems once they show up, you could prevent one of the most dangerous health events seniors face just by changing how you begin your day. So let's walk through these 8 morning habits together, one by one. And I want you to think, which of these are you already doing? Which ones could you try tomorrow morning? Let's start with the habit that may sound too simple to matter, but could change everything. Here's a question for you. When you wake up in the morning, what's the very first thing you reach for? Is it coffee? Maybe your phone? Or do you simply shuffle to the bathroom, thinking water can wait until later? Most seniors forget this one small step. And yet, it may be one of the easiest ways to protect your brain and heart. I'm talking about drinking a simple glass of water. Not soda, not juice, not tea. Just plain, room temperature water. Why does it matter so much? Because while you sleep, your body loses fluid. Through breathing, through your skin. Even though you don't notice it, you wake up mildly dehydrated. And that dehydration has a hidden cost. It makes your blood a little thicker. Thicker blood doesn't flow as easily. It strains the heart. It moves more slowly through the arteries. And for older adults, it increases the chance of a clot, the most common cause of stroke. But here's the encouraging part. A simple glass of water, just 8 to 12 ounces, can reverse that effect. It rehydrates you, thins the blood, and helps circulation flow freely again. In fact, one long-term study from Loma Linda University found that men who drank at least 5 glasses of water a day cut their stroke risk by more than 50% compared to those who drank only 2. That's not a small number. That's a life-changing difference. And this habit does more than protect your brain. It helps your kidneys flush out waste. It makes your morning medication work better. Because without water, pills don't absorb as they should. And it even lifts that foggy, dizzy feeling many seniors mistake for just getting older. So instead of rushing straight for coffee, start with water. Instead of telling yourself it doesn't matter, remind yourself it may be the easiest 5-second step to guard your independence. Here's a tip. Keep a glass or a water bottle on your nightstand. That way, it's waiting for you before your feet even touch the floor. Try it tomorrow. You might be surprised at how much clearer, steadier, and more awake you feel. And once you've had that first sip, you'll be ready for the next habit, one that helps lower stress, ease blood pressure, and calm your mind before the day even begins. Let me ask you something. When you first wake up, where does your mind go? Do you immediately start running through errands, doctor appointments, family worries, or bills that need to be paid? It's natural. But here's the problem. That rush of thoughts quietly triggers your stress hormone, cortisol. And in the morning, cortisol is already at its highest. Now imagine this. Your blood pressure is naturally rising because of the morning surge, and at the same time, stress pushes it even higher. That's a dangerous double hit to your arteries. But what if, instead of rushing straight into worry, you gave yourself 5 quiet minutes to breathe? That's it. No apps, no special equipment. Just you, sitting up in bed, eyes closed, breathing deeply. In through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Out through your mouth for 4. Repeat, slowly, steadily. In those few minutes, your heart rate eases. Your blood vessels open a little wider. Stress slips down a notch, and your brain gets a steadier flow of oxygen. Here's the powerful part. Many seniors who practice morning breathing report feeling calmer, clearer, and even sleeping better at night. Doctors confirm it helps lower blood pressure and reduce inflammation. Think about the choice. Instead of letting stress control your body, before you even leave the bedroom. You can take control, gently steering your health in a safer direction. And here's a story worth remembering. One man in his 70s said he started each morning with a glass of water, followed by 5 minutes of breathing. Within weeks, he noticed his circulation improved and his head felt lighter, as if a burden had lifted. His own doctor told him he looked 10 years younger. That's the power of something this small. So, tomorrow, before the coffee, before the to-do list, take just 5 minutes for yourself. Because this isn't wasted time. It's an investment in keeping your brain strong, your heart steady, and your independence intact. And once your breath is steady, your next decision is just as important. What you put on your breakfast plate. Now let's talk about breakfast. You might be thinking, I don't eat chips or fast food in the morning, so I'm fine. But here's the surprising truth. Some of the most common breakfast choices quietly load your body with salt. Toast with cheese, a bowl of processed cereal, canned soup, even pickles or breakfast meats like bacon and sausage. And here's the catch. Your body is especially sensitive to sodium first thing in the morning. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your blood vessels are already tighter, your hydration is lower, and your circulation is slower. Add a salty breakfast on top of that, and you're pushing your blood pressure up even higher, right during the most dangerous part of the day. Instead of fueling your body, you're giving it an extra burden. Instead of steadying your arteries, you're squeezing them tighter. And for seniors already managing hypertension, that combination can be like throwing gasoline on a fire. But there's a better way, a safer way. And it doesn't mean giving up flavor or satisfaction. Instead of salted meats, try a boiled egg with vegetables. Instead of boxed cereal, try plain oatmeal topped with fruit, nuts, or cinnamon. Instead of reaching for canned or packaged foods, make a quick smoothie with banana and spinach. These swaps aren't complicated. They're simple shifts that give your brain and heart exactly what they need. Nourishment, without the hidden sodium. The American Heart Association recommends that older adults keep sodium under about 1,500 milligrams a day. To put that in perspective, one salty breakfast alone can push you well past that number before you even leave the house. Now ask yourself, what's on your plate in the morning? Is it something that quietly raises your stroke risk? Or could it be something that helps your circulation stay calm and steady? Because the difference between the two is more than taste. It's about whether your first meal protects your independence or chips away at it. And once your breakfast is lighter on salt, the next habit is about movement. Gentle, simple, but powerful. The kind of movement that wakes up your circulation and sends fresh oxygen to your brain. After hours of sleep, your body has been still for a long time. Think about it, 7 or 8 hours without much movement. And if the first thing you do after getting up is sit at the table or sink into the couch, your circulation stays sluggish. That slow start may not seem like a big deal, but for older adults, it can quietly raise stroke risk. Now, imagine instead that you step outside or even just walk around your living room for 10 or 15 minutes. Nothing intense, no rushing, just a gentle, steady walk at your own pace. What happens? Your circulation wakes up. Oxygen begins flowing to your brain. Your arteries stay flexible. And studies show that seniors who add this one habit lower their risk of both types of stroke, ischemic and hemorrhagic. And here's the part that matters most. It's not about breaking a sweat. It's not about proving endurance. It's about sending the signal to your body that the day has begun and that blood should move freely, nourishing your brain and your heart. Instead of starting the day with stiffness and sluggish blood flow, you're starting with energy, balance, and clarity. Many seniors who do this daily report feeling steadier on their feet, less dizzy in the mornings, and more alert through the day. One woman in her 70s said her short morning walk became her lifeline. Her doctor even noticed improved circulation and balance after just a few weeks. And here's another bonus. If you step outside, the morning sunlight helps regulate your sleep cycle, making it easier to rest at night. So, whether it's walking down the hall, out on the porch, or a gentle lap around the block, the key is to move. Small steps. Big protection. And once your body has warmed up with light movement, the next habit focuses on a part of the body most people forget: your neck and shoulders. And yet, that small area can make a huge difference in keeping blood flowing to your brain. Here's something most people don't think about: your neck and shoulders. Strange, isn't it? We think about our heart, our diet, even our steps. But the tension sitting right here, in the muscles that connect head to body, can quietly affect the brain in ways most seniors never hear about. See, after a night of sleep, it's common to wake up with stiffness in the neck or tightness across the shoulders. Maybe you slept in an odd position. Maybe you just stayed too still for too long. It happens. But here's the hidden risk. When those muscles are tight, they can compress the arteries that carry blood to your brain. That reduced circulation can lead to dizziness, poor balance, or, in serious cases, a lesser-known kind of stroke called vertebrobasilar insufficiency. Now, let's imagine the opposite. Instead of rushing straight into your morning with tight muscles and restricted blood flow, you take just 3 minutes to loosen things up. Gentle neck rolls, clockwise, then counterclockwise. Shoulder shrugs, lifting slowly, then rolling back and forward. Smooth, calm, without jerking or forcing. In those 3 minutes, blood flow improves. Muscles release. Arteries open a little wider. Many seniors who practice this say they feel lighter, clearer, and less dizzy when standing up. Instead of starting the day feeling unsteady, you begin with confidence. Instead of letting stiffness weigh you down, you give your brain a fresh stream of oxygen. And here's the beauty. You can even pair this with the deep breathing we talked about earlier. Stretch, breathe, release. A calm, protective way to wake up not just the body, but the mind. So tomorrow morning, before you head to breakfast or even take that walk, give your neck and shoulders a few moments of care. Because sometimes, the smallest stretch can make the biggest difference. And speaking of small steps that save lives, the next habit is one that only takes 1 minute a day. But it could be the most powerful stroke prevention tool you have at home. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your blood pressure at home? Yesterday? Last week? Or maybe only at the doctor's office? Here's the truth. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. Most people don't feel it climbing. No pain, no warning sign, no clue. Until one day, it's too late. That's why a simple morning check can be a lifesaver. And the best time to do it? Within the first hour after waking, before coffee, before breakfast, before the day begins. That's when your pressure naturally spikes. If it's creeping too high, you'll catch it right away, instead of walking into danger blind. All you need is a reliable home monitor, preferably the cuff that goes around your upper arm. Wrist devices might look easier, but they often give less accurate readings. Once you've got the number, write it down in a notebook or log it in a simple app. Over time, you'll start to see patterns. Maybe mornings are higher than evenings, maybe weekends look different than weekdays. And when you bring that record to your doctor, you're giving them powerful information to adjust care before a problem grows. Think about it this way. Instead of waiting for a crisis, you're giving yourself a daily window into your own health. 1 minute, one cuff, and you know exactly where you stand. Compare that to skipping the check. You feel fine, so you assume all is well. But the truth is, feeling fine often only means your body is hiding the risk, and that's the most dangerous place to be. So tomorrow, before your coffee, check your blood pressure. Because knowing the number is better than guessing, and controlling that number is one of the strongest ways to protect your brain. And once you've measured your blood pressure, the next step is about strengthening your morning from the inside out, with 2 powerful minerals that quietly protect your heart and arteries. Now, let's talk about fuel. The kind of fuel your brain and arteries crave first thing in the morning. Have you ever noticed how some breakfasts leave you sluggish, while others give you steady energy? The difference isn't just calories, it's minerals. 2 in particular, potassium and magnesium. Here's why they matter. Potassium works like your body's natural sodium balancer. It helps flush out excess salt and lowers pressure inside your arteries. Magnesium, on the other hand, acts like a relax button for blood vessels, widening them just enough so blood flows more easily. Together, they're like a morning shield for your brain and heart. But here's the problem. Many seniors don't get enough of either. Processed breakfast foods, frozen waffles, instant noodles, packaged cereal bars often strip away these minerals while adding hidden sodium. Instead of protecting your body, they set you up for tighter arteries and higher blood pressure. Now, imagine the opposite. Instead of boxed foods, you reach for a banana, rich in potassium. Or you toss some spinach into scrambled eggs. Maybe you spread avocado on whole grain toast, or sprinkle pumpkin seeds over your oatmeal. Simple, real foods that deliver exactly what your body needs. One study showed that people with higher potassium intake had significantly lower stroke risk, even without other changes. And magnesium has been linked again and again with better circulation, healthier arteries, and lower blood pressure. So think about the choice. Instead of feeding your brain tension and salt, why not give it nutrients that relax and protect? Instead of starting with a burden, why not start with balance? The beauty of this habit is how easy it is. A handful of nuts, a slice of avocado, a few leaves of spinach. Nothing fancy, but everything effective. And once you've nourished your body with the right minerals, the final habit ties it all together. The one step you absolutely cannot skip if you want to keep your brain safe. Let me be direct with you. Out of all the habits we've talked about, this next one may be the single most powerful. Taking your blood pressure medication on time. It sounds simple, almost too simple. But here's the truth. Missing or even delaying your medication by just a few hours can let your blood pressure surge when it's most dangerous. Those early morning hours. And here's the part most people forget. When you feel fine, it's tempting to skip a pill or push it off until later. But feeling fine often only means the medication is doing its job. Skip it, and you take away the very shield that's protecting your brain. Now picture the difference. Instead of letting your pressure spike silently in the morning, you take your pill before breakfast, before coffee, before the rush of the day. Your medication absorbs properly, gets to work quickly, and keeps those risky numbers in check. That small act, often done with just a sip of water, can cut your stroke risk by nearly half. No cost, no extra effort, just consistency. So what helps you remember? A daily pill organizer, a reminder on your phone. Some seniors even keep their medicine right beside that morning glass of water. Whatever method you choose, the key is to make it non-negotiable. Think about it like this. Instead of waiting for trouble to appear, you're putting insurance in place every single morning. Instead of wondering if today will be the day, you're taking control and stacking the odds in your favor. Doctors often say this habit alone can protect your independence more than anything else you do. And that's why it deserves a place at the very center of your morning routine. So tomorrow, when you wake up, drink your water, take your breath, stretch, eat well, and walk. But above all, take your medication on time. Because that little pill might just be the difference between living with freedom or facing a sudden loss you can't undo. And now that we've walked through all 8 habits, let's tie it all together and talk about how to make these changes stick for the long run. So let's step back for a moment. You've just learned 8 simple habits. None of them require expensive equipment. None demand hours of effort. And yet together, they could lower your stroke risk by as much as 50%. Think about that. Instead of waiting for a doctor's warning, you can take action right now. Instead of hoping you'll get lucky with your health, you can stack the odds in your favor every single morning. Drink water. Breathe deeply. Choose a lighter breakfast. Walk a little. Stretch gently. Check your numbers. Feed your body with minerals. And take your medication on time. Simple? Yes, but powerful. The truth is, you don't need to do all 8 tomorrow. Start with 1. Then add another. Let them become as natural as brushing your teeth or pouring your coffee. Because over time, these tiny habits add up to something big. A stronger brain, a steadier body, and more years of independence. And here's the reminder worth holding on to. These habits are not just about avoiding stroke. They're about living well, living sharp, living free. So ask yourself, which one will you start tomorrow morning? Because the choice you make in those first 30 minutes may shape the decades ahead. Instead of saying, it's too late, what if you said, it starts today? Now it's your turn. Which of these 8 habits are already part of your morning? And which one do you think you need to start tomorrow? Share it in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else who's watching. If this message helped you, give the video a like. It tells us to keep bringing you life-saving health tips, made especially for people like you. And don't forget to subscribe to Golden Wellness 365. Every week we share simple, science-backed habits that help you stay strong, sharp, and independent, well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Remember, it's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about choosing one small step, repeating it, and letting that step protect your brain and your freedom. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, ask yourself, will I start the day with strength, or let the day start without me? Choose strength. Choose health. Choose life. We'll see you in the next video.